What's up, besties? I'm really looking. God, I feel like we should do a country concert with all our best friends, Austin, like Jack and Scotty did with the Friends. I mean, that song just makes
the friendly gathering
makes me want to do country, like summer, like springtime stuff.
Craig, you and I have so many things kind of going on in our heads about like what we are doing and what we need to do. And I mean, gosh, we want like a fleet of limos now, apparently. I mean, and now Craig wants a country music concert. What would you call it? What would you call your Coachella? Craigachella?
No, I don't like using my name and stuff. You should see, I just took probably 2 hours to pick a screen name for PlayStation, only to find that I could not change my gamer tag.
Oh, so
and then 5 hours later, Paige is like, "Are you still on this?"
Yeah. Imagine taking like a gummy and trying to do that. You'd be sitting there for hours. Yeah. You'd be sitting there like, what?
Right now it's like X_Charmer_X. And I was like, I made that like in 2015.
So anyone out there whose boyfriends or who themselves or husbands or whatever play games, find Craig because he just got a new system, a PS5.
Yeah. Be on the lookout.
X_Charmer_6969.
Yeah. Oh God, you should see the names I tried to change it to. I've got a list, but that song just made me really happy. But hey guys, we've got Kyle Cooke coming on tonight, which is really exciting. Austin just got kind of hooked on a show you just told me.
Yeah. We're definitely going to talk about it with Kyle, but Traitors. Kyle obviously texted us. So it was like, yo, you guys should watch and I've been meaning to. I really have been meaning to. And Craig and I are kind of interesting where we don't really like to watch reality TV because we know what goes on and it makes, quite literally my skin crawl, when I watch it. But this is different, and it was cool because there were so many people from like Survivor and Bachelor and Big Brother and this, and then like a couple of Bravo friends. And obviously, seeing Kyle, I was like, all right, I'm rooting for my boy here.
See, that's fun. So I would love to watch people we know in a competition show.
Yeah. And like, it's a weird sort of competition show, right? Because it's not like, okay, you won the challenge, so you get like immunity. It's the traitor. We'll get into it. We'll totally get into it. But I didn't really understand it when I began to watch it. And then I put it on pause and I went to dinner with my parents. Then I came home to grab my car keys to drive here, and it was on pause, Craig. And I was like, well, let me just watch 5 minutes of it. And then I, pressed on pause, and then I sat down for 15 minutes, and I was like, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. So I paused it in the middle of episode 2. So that's kind of how I feel about it.
We hope you're enjoying the YouTube channel. This is us actually being like, wait, if we're recording ourselves,
no, definitely.
We can't like hide behind a radio. We were definitely radio people where we were like blowing our nose on mute and God knows what.
And then I saw the videos and just how shitty that I looked on like my computer camera. And I was like, okay, if we're going to be putting this stuff on YouTube, I'm coming to Craig's house.
Dude, I'm changing before Kyle comes on. I just saw I have fucking flip flops on.
Yeah.
And I've been doing so good with it. And
but you're in your house.
Right. And it's fine. But now on camp. Oh, because I don't like walking on the floors yet because it still like reminds me of construction.
Okay. But why don't you get like a really comfy pair of slippers?
So I got them for Christmas. My mom got me 2 pairs of Ugg
That's
slippers.
what I do.
My feet get too hot.
Wow.
My feet get too hot.
See, I'm the kind of guy that wears socks to bed.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Not like intentionally, but sometimes I'm like, I don't know, man. I just have to really I wear hoodies to bed, socks.
You wrap yourself in a blanket.
I wrap myself in a blanket, sometimes and lie on top of the covers.
Is the phone always, or is the fire always on? Or I'm looking at Nick's fireplace.
You're looking at your fireplace.
That's true. Is your fan always on?
Yes. I have a box fan that's always on the lowest setting. And actually, I never turn it off. So it's always on. Just like a cool little white ambient noise. Yeah.
You need to post what brand that is if it's lasted so many hours.
Yeah, maybe so. You know, and like it just drowns out, you know, foot traffic on the street and whatnot. And it's.
Do you have a security system?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to. Okay. Yeah, I do too because I like a noisemaker at night.
Let me tell you this. After Saturday, so Craig and I went to a party on Saturday, and
yeah, Charleston is busy right now.
Yeah, and then I ended up at dinner with Whitney, and thank God that he told me this, but right because I called him and I was like, Whitney, I have no recollection of how I got home, like, and he said that he had brought me home or you know, had come over and that, you know, I passed out on the couch quickly thereafter. And then he left, but my front door was like 3 inches wide open.
Oh,
and
really?
There was a CVS bag outside on my porch with a Gatorade and Advil in it. And I was like, I haven't been this hungover and I feel like 6 months. And then I was like, Whitney, man, thanks. And he was like, that wasn't me, motherfucker. And so like I started to call people.
He's like, I'll get you home, but I don't care about you the next day.
Yeah. And I was calling people and no one has fessed up to it, Craig. I don't know who left
check
the
your
care
order
package.
history.
You didn't Uber anything?
Yeah, check your order history.
Guys, I Uber Eats food. I don't DoorDash things. No. So like I've never DoorDashed before in my life. So it's not DoorDash. It's
probably one of the girls.
In New York City is what? In New York City, you mean everyone uses Seamless or
Postmates.
Postmates. I don't use that either. Like, there's no way in hell that I ordered that.
I don't think we have Postmates.
And it was on my porch in a bag.
You know, I realized. Yeah, I mean that's scary.
Okay,
I don't want to make you think about it.
Also, I'm just gonna keep going with it. I also was like, okay, you know, who did I call? Right. Sometimes when it's like a night like that, I'm like, I don't even want to look at my text. I don't want to know who I was texting last night or who I called. But I looked at my voicemail and I was like, okay. And so someone on voicemail was like, hey, I found your wallet in so-and-so parking lot. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God, you had a night.
And so I called them and she was like, hey, I tried to get in touch with you last night a bunch of times and you didn't answer. And I was like, why would my wallet be there? Right. Because it was a parking lot in Mount Pleasant. I live downtown. And all that I had to do was go and check my pants to see that this was a lie. Right. And so I was like, oh my gosh, you know, my wallet. And I was stressing and I was like, all right, well, thank you so much, you know, for telling me so. And then I get off the phone, I go to call the restaurant that she said that it's in the parking lot of. And as I'm on the phone with them, I get a text from, you know, this number being like, you know that I'm just joking with you, right? And I was like,
what?
Okay. But as I was on the phone with the restaurant, in my brain, I was going, okay, just because she found my wallet doesn't mean that she has my number. So who is this person? And then it kind of took me all morning where I was like, who are you? And how do you have this number? And the last thing that she said to me was, it was in the bathroom stall in Salt Lake City.
What?
My phone number. And I was like, okay. Block.
So yeah, but why would she like randomly think she must have Googled like Charles. Can you tell what's the restaurant?
It was in Yeaman's Hall. You know, the country club in Yeaman's Hall. I don't know why she said, you know, Yeaman's Hall. She probably just Googled something in Charleston. I don't know. She's messing with me. I mean, it could be like,
your number was in Salt Lake City. That's kind of funny.
But okay, even if she's lying, that's still funny. Like, why would she think of Salt Lake City?
Did you know at the end of this, did you know who it was?
No, Craig. No. I was like, why don't you send me like a picture of yourself? I'm so confused. And then she goes, why don't you send me a picture of yourself?
I know what Corey would have said.
What?
Let me see your boobs. Maybe I'll remember.
Oh my God. So
or something
just
like that.
A number of things happened that I am befuddled about.
So
Craig.
you went to, I'm going to guess Halls then Share House.
We went to Halls and then
or was that Sunday?
No, that was Saturday.
Oh. Well, all right. I mean, but you haven't blacked out in a while.
Not since we were in Vermont. And so like two very weird things happened to me and I haven't been able to figure out either one of them. And then I asked her, I was like, because also she was like, I found your wallet, like a Wells Fargo card,
what a random,
like a Walgreens card was in there. And right then I should have known that she was lying because I don't have a Walgreens card.
Yeah, I don't think you just type in your phone number.
I know, totally bizarre.
Well, one cool thing that happened on Saturday was we used the limo for the first time. Maiden voyage.
It was really sweet.
It was as sweet as we could have imagined. Correct.
Yep.
So we hope we get to share the limo with everyone listening one day soon when you visit Charleston, because there's no other way to travel. I mean, it's like a moving party.
We also want to know names of our limo company. Like, what do you think that the name of our limo company should be? Do you think that we should paint it? Do you think that we should wrap it a special color? Every time that I say that, Craig kind of ignores me because I don't think that he wants to wrap it. But I really do want to wrap it.
I mean, I need it. Yeah, but why? We're not in Nashville.
But I mean, it's bachelor because I want our limo to stand out more than just like some.
We're the
black
only limo in town. Like, we're the only old town car limo in town.
Craig and I are the only game in town.
But you could stencil it like PNB on the side. Yeah, I just fixed it.
We should do this. Did you text Nick?
Yeah. We're about to bring Kyle on, but I wonder.
It's the exact same as my freaking email, Nick, but just, his name.
All right, cool. Well, we're going to take a quick break and then we're going to bring Kyle in. Here's a little teaser for what that's going to sound like.
A new year is full of possibilities. But when your e-commerce business is dealing with gift returns, late deliveries, and a mountain of customer emails, you can feel stuck. ShipStation helps you get there faster, whether you run a side hustle or a giant warehouse. Keep customers happy and fulfill more orders than ever, all while cutting shipping costs and managing it all from a single dashboard. And their best rates in the industry just got even better, with up to 86% off USPS and UPS rates. It's not even a question of if you should switch to ShipStation, but why you haven't already.
ShipStation changed my life, and Austin knows this. I started in e-commerce, but not without ShipStation. I was stuck in my dining room, my sewing room, sewing pillows, a ton of messages on Instagram, and I didn't know how to get the product to my customers. And then I found ShipStation, and it really did. I mean, ShipStation's as much a part of Sewing Down South story as I am, really. And so to use them and to save the amount of money I did, I was able to charge the appropriate price for my product. It helps get your margins down, and I mean, we still use them, which is incredible. So I know, Austin, ShipStation really helps you with your merchandise. And I really think that it really, really helps you start a company. And then what you'll find is, even if you'll always use it. But for people that have companies now, you can save so much money and so much time using ShipStation.
Absolutely. And with the best discounts in the industry, you'll never wonder if you're getting the best rates. Get up to 86% off USPS and UPS rates. And if that's not enough, use our promo code to try ShipStation free for 2 months. Over 130,000 companies have grown their e-commerce businesses with ShipStation. And 98% of companies that stick with ShipStation for a year become customers for life.
Make the new year your best year and grow your business with ShipStation. Use promo code Pillows and Beer today at ShipStation.com to sign up for your free 60-day trial. That's ShipStation.com, promo code Pillows and Beer.
Boys,
what's up, Kyle?
What's up, baby?
That'll always be the Kyle Cooke song from, we'll tell you that story. But yeah, welcome to the show, Kyle Cooke. It'll be funny. You always take your shot at introductions. Do you want to do this one?
Sure. Okay. Sure. All right, hold on. Let me think for a second. Because God, there's so many adjectives that I want to use to describe Kyle. All right, everybody.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, the mullet, man, the myth,
wearing
the mullet,
star,
wearing
more that shows than us now.
I know, besties. Welcome, our esteemed guest. He is He is the man, the mulleted having four show being on. I mean, Jesus, man, you are busier than all hell these days. The lover boy drinking, the turd Ferguson in the background having.
That's my buddy.
Dog dad. He's a dog dad now. He's a husband.
Dog dad, husband, entrepreneur, great
so
friend.
many accolades.
Yeah, man. Yes.
And he's a traitor, maybe.
And I might be a traitor.
and he might be a traitor. The last word to add to this, Kyle Cooke, everybody.
Yeah.
What up? I know it's a long time coming. And it's good to be here.
Heck yeah. Well, we're happy you're able to pop on. I know Austin was trying to skew us by a day. But I was like,
it was like
Kyle
kind of a joke.
Finally can make it. So thanks for being here,
dude. I am currently talking to you, Kyle, for the first time in my life as a fan of yours. Okay, well, I'm always like a fan of yours. I'm always a fan of yours.
Taking years.
I always root for my friends, success. But this show, I am actually watching. So now I have questions, and I want you to talk about it. Talk about your experience. The fact that you were in that badass castle, just tell me about it, because I know because, well, actually I just saw, your post where it's like, well, this is different because, as Bravo people, we're used to getting, flayed alive, right, by fans, but people, it's like a different kind of show.
Flayed alive.
Well, and you had to be close-lipped. You were pretty close-lipped about it, even with us.
I know, even with us.
So we're excited.
Yeah. I mean, look, you guys can attest, right? You film Southern Charm, and then you step outside of that world, and it's like, whoa, things are done differently. And that's when you came to Winter House, that was still a Bravo show, right? This was eye-opening. I mean, even let's just start with production, since I just said that. Ooh, I got to turn off my Slack because, hey, we're still working here.
Yeah, I will say that it never seems like you have downtime.
Yeah, turn Slack off right now.
The Slack is on. I know it's like a holiday, and I still have people slacking me. So, look, the production team alone was 6 times bigger than Summer House. It was nuts. There was 300 people running around this castle behind the scenes,
that's crazy,
making things happen, and it was crazy. When I kind of take a step back, it was just an incredible once-in-a-lifetime experience. I mean, we're literally in a castle in Scotland. I've never watched, I don't know, have you guys ever watched Survivor at Big Brother? Because I haven't.
Yeah, and I watched The Mole, which was
not really
a similar
show. This is almost like the inverse of The Mole. So I go in completely blind. I've never watched it.
You never watched
I'm not
Survivor?
A big TV guy. No, I've never watched it. I thought Survivor was just a battle of physical feats. Meanwhile, it's social strategy and alliances.
Yes. It's like trying to get rid of the strongest people. But
that could work against you.
Yeah, but you still want them on your team.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's the crazy thing. How many? There's 40 something seasons of Survivor. The way it all comes together. With the challenges and the cast, and same thing with Traitors. There's always going to be a different outcome, which I think is fascinating, and people just are on the edge of their seats. This was part. So Peacock is part of NBC Universal, just so everyone understands. Bravo is part of NBC, blah blah blah. So they wanted to do a show, a big digital first. We're going all in on streaming, and so this was, they launched it and they did a binge drop, and I was like, okay, we're used to
I like that though. I like that. Do you like?
I like it, but I also love anticipation.
No,
and
totally.
I like to have something to look forward to every week, because it took over my life for 48 hours. but I'm a total weirdo. So, but no, look, guys, it was. I mean, you can ask me any question, I'll tell you. I mean, it was fascinating. We had 10 people from TV, 10 people that have never been in front of the camera. And that alone was just like a crazy dichotomy.
Who was your favorite TV person that you didn't know prior? And you were like, whoa, this person's kind of awesome.
So the only people that I knew personally was Kate and Reza. I never met Brandy, but Brandy watches all of Bravo, so she knew me. So we just kind of hit it off. But outside of that, I mean, I really hit it off with Cody. He won. He's been on Big Brother a couple times. Won it an All-Star season. Hit it off with Stephanie. She was on Survivor 3 times. And then, of course, you know, like you have. Well, I don't want to do any spoilers, but like, because you know, I know some people haven't watched it, but I mean, there's just it was a collection of personalities from different shows. Like people that have done Amazing Race, The Bachelor. Like Ari was actually he told me his whole story filming. Holy crap, guys! Like incredible story. I've never watched The Bachelor, so I was just like, what?
Yeah, no, I've never like watched it either.
I feel like everyone on those shows are on such tight, somehow enforceable NDAs that, I mean,
oh, man.
Like,
well, you know, I don't know if you guys know the story, but like, so he gets down on one knee, chooses someone, but then like has this like crazy epiphany and then calls up the producer and tells him like, I made the wrong decision. And it was like one of the craziest, like, you know, then they do like the Bachelor, like real time, like they all come together. And it was like not with the person that he proposed to.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I mean, like,
yeah, that would have been fun. So how long were you out there? Can you say that?
Couple weeks. Yeah. Yeah. So we were in like the, you know, the hills of Scotland.
Yeah.
And Inverness is where we flew into, which I mean, like, I'm not even joking. It's like just rolling hills and locks and ocean. And I did not pack accordingly. I was freezing the whole entire time. It was actually freezing cold.
Okay, but I do have to
this is like May.
I do have to say that the flannel that you were wearing in the first episode, I'm a huge fan of. And I was like, I'm going to ask Kyle.
Well, you might recognize it from Winter House because I did not shop.
Oh, really?
For Scotland.
I was going to say, was it the same wardrobe?
Wait, yeah. No, I remember you coming in fresh, and people, when I tell you that, you know, Kyle kind of like you hinted to us, but really didn't tell us shit. And maybe that's because, like, you know, we didn't ask because, you know, we were just so kind of focused on.
Well, no, because
self-centered. Don't worry about it.
No, because one night he like went to tell us and then was like, but I wasn't supposed to tell you that, and like walked out of the room, and I was like, all right, I'm not going to push on this.
Yeah. I think that he told us that, you know, he was like in Ireland, and, you know,
yeah,
Craig was like, you know, what are you doing like in Denmark, dude? And we're like, you know, Craig wasn't paying attention to shit.
Well, also the ending is so good that even like my family members, I didn't tell them, you know, anything because I'm just like, I think it's going to be TV gold. I think it's going to be addicting. I think people are going to watch it in like 2 days. And sure enough, I mean, even my EVP, on the production side for Summer House was like, I just binged the whole thing. And I'm like, you have 16 shows. How do you even do that?
Well,
how many episodes are there?
You're right. Like the finale's out. So like, that's gotta be kind of weird doing press and stuff. Cause you're like, am I supposed to talk about like the totality of it or like the beginning?
No,
right.
And by the way, because this show, just like Kyle said, it's so built, it's all built on like the cliffhangerness of it all. Right. So like the end of every, you know, freaking commercial break is just like, right. And if I had to wait every week, Kyle, I'd be kind of pissed, right? Because when I finished one, I was like, no.
I get it. That's how people consume
who
shows.
Got voted off though, because they didn't tell me who got voted off on the first, or, you know, who got murdered on the first episode. I was like, this is bullshit. Right. So immediately it was like, next, like, let's see. And then I had to like fast forward because I was like, quit give me the fluff and just tell me who got
that first episode tries to set it up because you need to understand how it works. And then every single episode after that, you're basically losing 2 people. One person gets banished, one person gets murdered. Anyway,
okay, so it's the same thing. You're getting banished and murdered.
It's streaming on Peacock. We can focus on it as much as you guys want, but honestly, it was kind of fun to get out of the Bravo sphere. The second the first vote happened, or sorry, the first murder, basically the Traitors decided who to kick off. They took out like a big personality, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm going to temper down my."
Right. They
fly under the radar.
They fucking took out Reza first
for the first one,
right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess we can say that.
I mean,
the first episode.
Yeah, Reza was like so loud. He had so much energy, and then boom, he got murked, and like I'm like,
they
okay.
said that too. You know, they said that in the decision process. They're like, look, man, one of these like freaking 3-headed monster has got to go because it's such like a big, you know, personality. And so, yeah.
Well, I even, so funny thing is
Reza got freaking, you know, no scoped, Craig.
Yeah. It was kind of brutal because like, boom, you fly to Scotland and you're going home.
I know. But, that's like kind of bummer.
We had the Bravo, we had the biggest contingent. So I was a little worried, you know, I'm like, all right, like, half the people might not know who I am. They might not like understand me. They might not understand like that I'm trying to like bring light to situations and have fun. So I just I went into reserve mode first couple episodes because I was just like trying to calculate and understand and strategize. And then I started putting together my plan. And sure enough, not trying to toot my own horn, I pretty much figured out the game by episode 5.
Did you have a cleaning crew? Or did you have to clean up?
Yeah. Greg's like, I just want to know who cleans the castle.
But did you have to wake up and clean, or could you focus on playing
Greg's like, I'm not cleaning this damn castle, but I will play your game.
Yeah, Greg's like, I am not here to clean. I'm here to play.
I'm here to play the game.
And here's $1,000 in cash to show you that I'm serious.
The next challenge. Well, what's funny is in Survivor, if you got kicked off, there was kind of a purgatory. You didn't leave because they couldn't like spoil the show. So did you leave Scotland when you got kicked off, or did you stay in like?
I wouldn't.
Well,
I'd go.
So
I'd go to the town of Loch Ness and party for a couple.
The crazy thing was like when we went off camera, we were completely secluded. We could not engage or interact with anybody. We were just like confined to our room. And then when we did leave the show, it was basically like you don't even get a chance to say goodbye. It's just like boom.
Yeah.
And so I think they were less worried about. I mean, back in the day, there was no social media. Like, you know, I don't think they're as uptight about that type of stuff anymore. But yeah, it's a bombshell ending. Like, you know, if you're watching it, I don't want to spoil anything.
No, I know. I can see you smiling. I can't wait to see it. Well, look, I've always wanted to do a like crossover competition show, and I think it's awesome that you got to do it. And I know that people are really loving it. So the only other thing I was going to say was, did you get to use the fan card at all with any of the people that came that weren't on TV, or were they like, I have no idea who you
are? You know, it's kind of funny that some people did know who I was, but like, I mean, Suri was on Survivor 4 seasons. Like, technically speaking, forget like social media and followers and all that stuff. There are like some absolute legends that were among us. And, you know, there was really any time for that. But if anything, I was actually just worried that being on TV would work against me and against us, just because, you know, that could be seen as like an advantage. Maybe we're already in a clique. There's already an alliance among people on TV or people on Bravo. So I was like, yo, I'm a man of the people.
You're like, I don't fuck with them.
Yeah.
Well, Austin's already hooked, and I can't wait to watch. Everyone watch Traitor on Peacock. We're gonna take a quick commercial, and then we have so many more questions for this episode.
Yeah, we're just getting started.
Yeah. Well, we'll be right back. Welcome back to all our best friends out there to this episode of Pills and Beer, here with Austen Kroll, Nick Norris in the Hall Cabernet Studio, and one of our best friends, best TV friend turned real friend, Kyle Cooke.
Kyle's drinking.
I like that segue.
Kyle's drinking a Loverboy right now, and he's making me a little antsy. He's making me kind of want to.
And I can't wait for the Loverboy update. But tell us where that you are wearing a mullet shirt. And I don't think I've ever asked you, and the mullet looks beautiful.
So Luke gave me this on my 40th birthday. We were filming, obviously, at the house. It's kind of a legendary shirt. This is only the second time I've ever worn it. And I just I was getting ready because I went for a run before I, you got to detox before you retox. And it was just staring at me. So people are asking though, what the hell? People are like, Kyle, it doesn't look good. I'm like, I know. I'm not trying to win best looking. Like, this is not a high school superlative contest.
I know, man, but some people, no matter how overtly obvious it is that you're being funny, and even that you have rarely taken yourself fucking seriously on TV and however many years that you've been doing it, people still are like, can you believe that Kyle has a mullet? And I'm like, I'm more shocked that you're shocked that he grew one. and that's where I'm at. I mean, clearly
one of these days I'm going to screen record, like when I post something, when I'm at my getting a little trim, just people like puke emojis, trim it, cut it, like jump off a ledge. Like, I mean, it's like by the hundreds.
Well,
and I'm like,
where'd it come from? Because you used to wear
baby.
A mullet wig, and now you have the real thing. I mean, where did it all come from? And
I've just realized that you don't choose the mullet. The mullet chooses you. It's a lifestyle. I've always worn it as like an alter ego. And then I'm like, well, I just got to embrace, the nitro inside of me. If you're a fan of Gladiator from the 90s.
100%. Or Malibu?
Please, Bravo.
Yeah, Malibu.
Please,
dude,
Malibu.
What's up, bro?
Thunder.
You took a licking and you're still ticking, Kyle Cooke.
Please, Bravo. Bring back Gladiators and put us all on it.
I think that would be amazing.
That show was incredible.
It was the best show ever.
It's like wrestling meets MTV Challenge. I don't even know.
I mean, Kyle basically is a fucking gladiator.
Yeah, you do look like
basically is a guy because he obviously has like every pair of shades under the sun.
Vipers.
To go with doing it.
Laser, wasn't
he's
Laser one?
Of course, laser and blazer.
Sound systems, lasers. Don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it.
Sound systems.
And then the thing that I always wanted to do too was just wear like a onesie.
A singlet.
A singlet. Thank you. A singlet. And get behind that, machine where you're like, poof, poof, poof. the tennis ball thing, and then you have to
come
The last challenge.
How
oh my God.
It's would that be to launch those at your friends?
Dude, I feel like I've been to like a Dave and Buster's where they had one of those. I've been somewhere where they had it, and I was like, this is the best thing ever.
You should set that up in the backyard next summer. Because that would
American Gladiator Party. That is
Austin. Would you come back to the house if we had a gladiator party? If Kyle had a gladiator party?
Dude,
did we just come up with a new theme?
We should just literally recreate Gladiator from the 90s on Summer House as a theme party.
You're welcome.
And just wallop people.
That's what we're saying.
People just getting tackled out of nowhere.
Yeah, you're just like, taking out guests left and right. You're like, you have to leave now. You have to leave my house now. And
guys, we're going to need a big budget.
I don't think that budget would be, I guess if you got to get those cannons.
Congratulations, though. So you have Traitor out now. Summer House comes out when? Because the trailer just dropped.
The day before Valentine's Day. So I think it's a Monday. I think we're on Mondays now. Or maybe we were last year. I don't know.
That was quite an explosive trailer. Is there anything you want to talk about, or can you clear up? I don't know. I mean, it was a good trailer. And look, but the Vanderpump trailer and y'all's trailer was awesome. And that was like back-to-back weeks.
Let's start with let's just start with Pump Rules.
Okay.
I love those guys. I kind of feel like it's back.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, like old school Pump.
Of course, it's like to the detriment of our friends' lives.
Right. We were in the middle.
Totally.
I mean, remember, Winter House is right when it was happening.
I know. I mean, it's kind of wild.
I'm excited for you guys. I mean,
did you watch the trailer, Craig?
I did. This is the first thing I've watched in several.
So, what do you think of the trailer? Let's get back. That was like a 10-minute tangent. But.
Yeah, it's okay. We all need it sometimes.
I think it's important that people kind of know that and realize that, because it's an interesting part of.
But yeah, I texted Paige and I was like, I think it's going to be a great show. It was exciting, and I think they did a good job of it. And again, I think with Vanderpump Rules and hopefully other shows out there, it's going to take a turn for like, you know, we all need some new stuff. You guys have been doing it a long time. You know, the formula's got to change. Yeah. And what season is this? 7 or 8 or 6?
Yeah, this is 7. February 13th. It's
oh my God.
I mean, it's a doozy.
And Summer House on at the same time.
Even watching the trailer, I'm like, they always like find somehow, some way to kind of drop the trailer and give it a different look.
Yeah.
The format, like they were like basically, it's like us walking into the confessional.
That's really cool.
And
cool.
They let you guys, and I'm bringing. Well, we can't say that, but I love that
fourth wall stuff.
I love that they show it because at this point, when we've been doing it for so long, you just got to. You can't hide from it.
You mean Carl like is walking away being like, no fucking cameras. And I was like, oh, back to, it was an interesting format, right? It was an interesting format, especially for the trailer. And then we just saw,
I mean, like, hey, the cameras are a big part of our lives at this point. We've all been filming for God knows. I mean, we all like know the cameraman. Like for Carl to just be like, fuck you. I'm like, oh shit.
That's Ricky. Don't say fuck you, Ricky.
Come on, man. You said his family got a Christmas card last year. You can't tell him to. Kyle, did you actually show everyone your dick on your 40th?
Yeah, I was.
So
that was kind of my fault.
I'm gonna see how.
Did you see Craig's dick before
I'm gonna see how it looks on camera.
You're like, I don't want you to bleep this out. I just want everyone to see it raw.
Did you guys know this, by the way? So all the blurring, there's a lot more blurring on my show than yours, you know, and I take that.
It's debatable.
No, we don't have any.
I saw Corey having like full on sex.
No, on Charleston, Southern Charm.
Oh, there's more blurring?
No, we don't have any blurring really.
Yo, Austin, keep up, bro.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
I love that you associate your show as Winter House now. I didn't.
No. That's not what I was saying.
You're like, I mean, it is about Charleston.
No, listen, Austin, for what it's worth, I'd recognize your mushroom head from a mile away.
I recognize your mushroom head. I can't believe you just said that.
No, but like,
now you guys are giving me FOMO.
Craig's like, fine, dude, here's my dick right now.
Look, did you guys know that they have to, like, TV still shot frame by frame, even though it's all digital? So some poor chap has to like go and edit our dick and our butts and our you know, private parts.
It takes some time to do it too. They like try to not have to.
Kyle, dude,
like it's like when you see a weird blur in the background because like it's covering up some art. Someone's doing that frame by frame.
Yeah,
respect.
My first season, Kyle, in season 4. God,
yeah, this was funny.
God, so I didn't realize, right?
Tricked.
Like they came over. No, but this is even worse. They came over, and I thought I was like, oh, you know, whatever. And I was just walking around after I got showered and stuff, just butt ass naked, like dick right in the camera, like somewhere there is footage. Like lots of it, right? Because everyone, like in Video Village.
Well, don't worry, dude. It's in the cloud.
Why? How did that happen? They were just like, "We're gonna watch you shower," and you just did.
No. Like I got in the shower, but then when I was like changing, like I dropped my towel, and then they were like, "Got it." And someone is sitting back there in like the back room, like, and that's Austin's dick, like right there, and he's not even.
How well manscaped were you at the time,
dude? I probably wasn't even. I probably was just like. Psh.
Big bush, little twig.
Big bush, fall hard.
There's the new celeb leaks that comes out is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that they tricked him on was they were like, all right, Austin, like it's time for your like butt shot. And they're like, everyone's done it before you. And he called me and he's like, so I just did my like butt shot.
Well, they didn't call it a butt shot
or whatever.
That sounds super weird.
And I was like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, like, like.
I got in the shower and, they filmed me.
And I was like, did you press it up against the glass, dude?
I was like, I was just
soaping my ass for like 5 minutes. Just like, did you get the shot?
Dude, I'm thinking like Titanic, just like
paint me,
just soapy ass cheeks on the glass. No, I had a curtain, and so I got in, but there's like a very clear shot of my white behind getting into the shower. But man, that's not
incredible
bad.
tan lines.
Oh yeah, definitely. Of course.
Well, Kyle, tell us, give us your a big old, not plug, but story for Loverboy. You're in all 50. Well, I was just in Oregon and I sent you that video and I was like doing something for Sewing Down South. And all of a sudden people like brought up Loverboy for me. And I was like, oh my God, you guys are in the Northwest too. So it looks like you guys are everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, like, look, filming 3 shows last year was a true testament to like how psychotic I am, because I did not have a minute for myself. We were expanding, and each state sometimes requires anywhere from like 5 to 25 distributors. So I had to like strike all these agreements, and at this point, we're basically just trying to be an incredible independent brand. We haven't, sold out to anybody. We're just trying to like fight the good fight. So it's basically like a David and Goliath type situation. I was at a conference, the hell is today? Monday, last week. And like the titans of industry of beer, wine, and spirits were there. And I'm up on the stage with like a mullet. And I'm just like, y'all don't understand what today's consumer, like millennials, Gen Zs want. Because alcohol is the one category of food and beverage where the big guys have way more control, and Austin knows this, like because of like the regulations and the challenges of getting your product on the shelf. And so we've been grinding. We're now in like 45 states in a couple months. I hope it's like 49. Oh, wow. And Utah can, fuck off because they have dumb laws. But
I think you'll survive.
Congratulations, man.
Utah doesn't know what a hard tea is. They're just like, it's either beer, wine, or spirits. And I'm like, well, I'll see you at Sundance, and I'm going to smuggle in my Loverboy on not a private plane, but one of these days.
I mean, even hearing you just talk about it, Kyle, just makes me sweat a little bit. I mean, the alcohol business is not particularly fun, is it? I mean, it's like, it's fun to go
you don't
to
know what you don't know.
And stuff.
You don't know what you don't know. And when you get into it, you're like, oh shit.
You're like, oh shit.
Well, it seems like a good idea. Without
I should have made pillows.
But yeah, I mean, people always are like, Craig, you should like white label a wine or do a wine. And I was like, before knowing you two,
yeah,
that was my dream.
Yeah.
And now I'm very
that was like
a textile company.
yeah. And I'm super jealous of you being in the textile company.
I give you respect for doing something original, because like how many wines have been white labeled on Bravo?
Right. That's true.
Like it's probably in the 20s, 30s. I don't even know.
Well, we all have to buy a vineyard one day or throw
the Vanderpump Girls did it like at one point, didn't they? They named it like something
Witches of WeHo.
Yeah.
But again, that was just some company that ran it for them, and they just came in and select. I love those girls, but like, you can do it. It's so easy. It's kind of, quite frankly, it's like tequila. Like a lot of people don't know. I don't even know what freaking Kardashian Jenner it was. Was it Kylie that did it?
The 818 or
Kendall.
Sure.
I think Kendall did it.
Kendall, thank you. See, I don't even know. So people did a little homework, because she did this whole like riding a horse in a fucking agave vineyard, whatever the hell they're called. Turns out that distillery does 60 other brands tequilas.
Jeez.
It's like there was no originality. There was no nothing. She was just like, hell yeah, I'm going to like slap an area code on the bottle.
Yeah.
And they made a lot of money.
Right.
And it worked.
Right. It's actually mind boggling, because like most people don't even know what a good tequila tastes like.
Yeah. I haven't had, I know what all of your
doesn't
teas
Andy
taste
have
like.
a tequila? Doesn't Andy have a tequila?
No, his friend does. His best friend.
Okay.
No, it's not a tequila. It's made from like malted rice or something. You're talking about they had a booth at
it was next to mine, remember? The booth.
Yeah. Right, I actually think what they're doing is cool, because it's different. It's actually not a tequila. It's like it's called like soju or something like that. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Where is Loverboy's events going next? Can anyone that hears this podcast like catch a party?
Yeah, we're going to Arizona, but after the Super Bowl, because the Super Bowl's absolute shit show.
Aren't you guys going to Mohegan Sun?
Oh, shoot. Yeah. We're going to Mohegan Sun in 2 weeks, although they might be sold out.
Good.
And then we're gonna come to I think we're gonna go up to Boston in between those events. So Mohegan Sun's on the 27th of January. I'm going to like Scottsdale area towards the end of February. We're gonna go Boston for a weekend in between that. And probably somewhere else. I don't know. A little town called Charleston, maybe. I don't know.
That would be phenomenal.
Get bored.
Hey,
called Charleston.
So there's a story that we tell all the time, but it just never airs. So we've actually told each other on camera before, but the difference is we know it will air here, and we're going to tell that story.
What's the story?
It has to do with the FBI and Kyle.
Oh,
because I just realized it's never aired in Winter House or Summer House, and I want to hear about it.
I'll give you guys a little sneak peek because it is kind of a full circle.
Okay, so, cool. All right. Well, we will be.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's go to commercial break. Then when we come back, Kyle's going to give us the female body inspector story.
Yeah.
Welcome to Pillows and Beers and Lover Boys. It's your favorite three-legged stool.
It's your favorite piece of stool.
We have now joined Kyle by pouring.
Yeah, these guys were like, what is it, a Waterloo, Austin? Are you fucking kidding me?
What's your iced tea flavor?
Exactly what it is, man.
Yeah, I know my cans, bro. I know my cans.
It's printed, too. So are mine, dude. By the way, dude.
I know more about cans and sweeteners and shit between the two of you and wraps and aluminum or tin or whatever the cans are made of. Aluminum shortages. Because
definitely aluminum.
Definitely aluminum. Definitely aluminum.
As I say, I know a lot.
Aluminium.
And, Kyle, also, I am switching to boxing. So I'm finally boxing my 6-packs. You know, just like you box what?
Boy.
Your 4-packs. I am boxing my Sixers.
Well, no, I'm 6-packs. You have 6-packs. And next thing you know, we're gonna have abs. It's all working out.
Where do you guys source your cardboard from?
Whoa. How dare you ask me that?
Craig?
Yeah,
I like cardboard.
Don't ask questions you want the answers to, Craig. Where do you get your cardboard from? Well,
how much lithium?
Craig's like, stop everything. Is it recycled?
Well, I have a guy. Yeah. And
how much mining goes into your cardboard?
Oh, great. Well, I have to frack for my aluminum.
Kyle's been flying his dogs private, actually, on tour with them recently, I found.
Yeah. By the way, when people talk about carbon footprint, I want a big one.
Let me be the first to say I want a large carbon footprint.
Well, you had a large footprint in the FBI. Actually, you had a very large footprint.
Oh,
your file, your FBI file.
That was 45 minutes ago that we were talking about.
Our knowledge, well, on the radio, it's not been. To our knowledge, your FBI folder is bigger than ours.
I mean, probably my local police file as well. I mean, like my hometown of Manchester, New Hampshire. I mean, if you weren't in protective custody on the weekend, you're doing it wrong.
Well, for those that weren't at our show in New York, when Kyle really enjoyed our beverages in the green room, which was amazing, so did we. He came out on stage and told a story about when he was raided by the FBI.
Oh, right. Student. Was it?
Yeah.
You're making
By the way,
fakes?
I think I pre-gamed the pregame to your show because I came in with an empty stomach and I don't even know what I said on stage.
But
I just wanted to show you guys a good time. Forget the people in the audience.
It was the three of us.
You were supposed to be a surprise, and you were yelling from the balcony as the show started.
Kyle was actually heckling us from the top balcony, being like...
It was amazing, though, because then Amanda came and picked him up.
I mean, guys, I'm going to hold you to a higher standard, particularly when it's a standard that I am not paying close attention to.
Yeah, well,
because I'm hammered.
Kyle was up top at our live show in the city, and I was like, who is heckling us? It's like, Kyle up there with like a steady stream of insults, like telling us to do better kind of thing.
Little did I know that I just divulged my dirtiest and darkest secret on stage, and you guys didn't even have to pry it out of me. It just jumped.
Yeah, I don't even know.
What were we talking about? So where Kyle went to the FBI talking about him being a little, fake ID making.
Pretty sure he just
was that what it was, Kyle? Was that used to make fakes?
Yeah. So very innocently, my form of protesting the drinking age in this country, which is ridiculous. I just started a fake ID business. And, at age 16, I was 21. And
16 is when you started this?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm like, dude, do you have a printer? And then I finally I was like, Mom, Dad, we should get a scanner.
Yeah. And they're like, okay.
Let's start scanning shit, Mom and Dad.
Yeah.
Like, the funny thing is, it's $300 back in 1999. It's a lot of money. And meanwhile, my parents never saw a single thing scanned. They're like, why is this thing taking up counter space? And I'm like, don't worry. Trust the process.
Making T-shirts.
Yeah. No, but in all seriousness,
let me get your credit card.
I never once
scan it.
Thought about the ramifications, the seriousness of it all. I really think the drinking age in this country is whack, and it pushes people towards, quite frankly, harder drugs. And
well, that's proven.
That's proven
with every other country that the drinking age is lower.
Wait, say it again. You think that the drinking age being at 21, in fact, just makes people do harder drugs because
I think think about every college campus. You have the responsibility of the college now to do something with this underage drinking problem. And what happens is they drive it into the dorm rooms, and then people just get hammered. Forget drugs for a second. They might get so hammered in their dorm room that they might vomit and die.
Yeah, the alcohol abuse is definitely compounded.
Right. It encourages alcohol abuse because you're basically driving it underground. And then if people can't buy alcohol, it's actually easier to buy drugs. You just hop on fucking, Snapchat, and your next thing you know, you're buying fentanyl. So I'm talking about what I'm hearing, not obviously what happened in 2001.
Man, you're all hopped up on fentanyl.
Kyle's running Parrot Bay in his spare time.
Yeah, you heard of Silk Road?
Silk Road, that's
what about the tropical airstream?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, anyone that you we used to, work in food and bev with people from Europe, and they're like, yeah, we got our tolerance up when we were that age. But anyway,
during this whole thing, Craig, when he's just been talking, I'm looking directly at Kyle's mullet. This whole time that you're talking, it's I just love when you try to talk serious, and I'm like, I just see amazing. That's why your dad named you Joe Dirt.
Okay, so for everyone listening, they're like, well, tell us a story. Tell us a story real quick.
All right, here's a story. So it started in high school because I'm from New Hampshire, and a lot of underage drinking, and we were struggling to find a way to make fake IDs. So I'm just I'll figure this out. I've slowly but surely perfected my Photoshop skills. So fast forward to 2001 when I'm going into freshman year of college. I think I nailed it. I mean, I basically could. Someone could give me their information. I would create a template where I'm like, who do you want to be? Someone was like, I want to be Christopher Wallace. That's Notorious B.I.G.'s real name.
Okay, I didn't know.
I'm like, are you sure? You're a big white guy. Are you sure? He's like, absolutely. Okay. So I created a template. It was all digitized. It wasn't oh, let me fudge the numbers. I actually was in Photoshop. I could, I basically, created a template that, could print out anything. And I had 2 states that I made IDs for: New Hampshire, where I was from, because I scanned it and perfected it, and Illinois, because when I got to college, I looked at my friend's Illinois ID and I'm like, I could fake this. Like I could make actually a better than New Hampshire. I think that I can make this like work at any bar in Hartford, Connecticut. I went to Trinity College, it's a liberal arts school in Connecticut, and lo and behold, like no one had access to fake IDs. So I came in with like this like wealth of knowledge from New Hampshire. And I told my buddies, I'm like, here's what we're going to do. We're going to set up a satellite operation, hub and spoke. You are, the informants, if you will. You have to go out and solicit business. In exchange, I will make you a free fake ID. You have to bring business to me, but there's a degree of separation. You do not use my name.
What was
my
your
buddies
name?
are like, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I buy this like super expensive laminator, and it's like game on.
How did you?
And then like,
did you have
not
like a
even
card printer?
What's that?
What kind of printer did you have?
So literally a fucking inkjet.
Okay.
Like this was inkjet meets laminator.
Okay.
Because there was a little bit of a metallic thing, but like if you scuffed your ID up enough, the thing,
I feel like he misses
you
it.
could not
Look at him
tell. Like
smiling.
my IDs look so good.
This
This is like 2003, 2002. So like the technology was pretty primitive. So anyway,
How much did they cost?
$50.
What?
That's all you charge?
$50?
2002.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you $200 for a good fake.
It's kind of true, but
Look, guys, the price went up to about 100 before I got busted, but like we're jumping the gun.
Yeah.
So anyway, my buddies, they get their IDs.
my buddies.
They're getting into bars. They're buying beer. And then when it comes down to recruiting, they're like, oh, just go see Kyle. I'm like, guys, what happened to the fucking degree of separation? Do not use my
you
name.
needed a code name.
Yeah, but what was your code name?
I'm like, for all the consumers concerned, I am not a student here, you freaking like it was just set up to fail from the get-go. But fast forward like about a year and a half, I had friends from others. By the way, this is like so early on, people didn't have reliable digital cameras. So they would send passport photos to my school mailbox, my physical mailbox. That's how old I am. And you'd go to Kinko's, you'd get a freaking passport photo, and then you'd send it to my mailbox. I had people's mail from 50 different colleges and universities around the country. And so I'm like, people are just sending cash through the mail. It was absolutely ridiculous. So I was completely naive to think that this would all come crashing down, and that's exactly what happened. And I sold an ID to a guy on campus that was like the biggest pot dealer in Connecticut, and he got busted and ratted me out because they found my ID in his wallet, and everyone was wondering where these IDs were coming from at the time.
So how long did they watch you? Did they start watching you, or did they immediately come question you?
So basically I came home from lunch one day. This is like, I had like an apartment, but it was owned by the college. This is sophomore year. And I walk in and the dean's there in my doorway. And I knew who he was because I was actually the rush chair at my frat, and I had to like get some signage approved by him like a month prior.
What fraternity?
I'm like, this is a weird way to respond to an email, but like, hey, it's 2002. It's not that weird. So
what fraternity?
Upcoming, it was called Psi Upsilon. Up come like all these cop cars as if I was going to flee the scene. And I'm like, yeah, I'm wearing Sperry's. I don't have like running shoes on.
You got me. Okay.
Yeah.
You got me.
Yeah. So like, honestly, and then one thing led to the next, and I just realized how screwed I was. I really, was like a classic idiot in the sense that I never took into consideration, what I could be charged for. And my God, thank God, this is a situation where like I felt very lucky. I had all my earnings from my fake IDs. I went and hired a lawyer. Everyone's like, how much did you make? I'm like, negative 10 grand.
Yeah. Well, you're false. What did they charge you with? Falsifying a government document?
Technically speaking, these were like very serious.
You're lucky it was before 9/11. Was it before 9/11?
No, it was 2 years after, and that was the problem.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude, this is like, conspiracy to fucking overthrow the government.
Yeah, my uncle was like,
Kyle
can you
Cooke
imagine
edition.
if you weren't some, blonde-haired preppy shit from, at a liberal arts school in Connecticut, how dire this situation would be? Because my mom, she's like, you ruined your future. And quite frankly, that was a legitimate conclusion to what I had just done.
When did you get booked? They take you to the station, like the local?
So I got thrown in jail, at a local level to go to a hearing. And that's actually when, finally, I got, what do you call it? I got bailed. Actually, no. So I give my credit, my like ATM card to my roommates. I'm like, dude, guys, come for me.
Yeah, you're lucky they didn't freeze your money.
Empty my account. I'm like, I don't want to go to jail.
Yeah.
I got transferred to a different jail, so they couldn't find me.
Come for me.
That's when they called my parents. They're like,
come for me, brother.
Mr. and Mrs. Cook, we lost Kyle.
Max a day.
Yeah.
Put some money in my commissary and
like, guys, come for me, or at least send me like a conjugal visit, please.
No, I'm sitting in jail overnight about to get
Wallace.
Yeah.
I was about to get arraigned. And this bail bondsman was like, actually, no, this officer of the court was just like, you're going to get screwed.
Freshman.
I'm 20.
Or junior.
20.
Sophomore year.
My mom gave me the harsh yelling in my face that I ruined my future when I was
2 years old.
The moment she pushed me out, Kyle. When I was like 16 or 17, I got busted with pot, and she was like,
the devil's lettuce.
And she like ripped down the posters in my room. She was like, you have ruined your future. Like,
who caught you with pot?
Austin, how many Grateful Dead posters did you have in your room?
Oh my God. So I had one Grateful Dead. Okay. It was like find like 100 Grateful Dead songs, hidden in this poster. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I had a Bob Marley.
Meanwhile, there's none, and the joke's on you.
The Bob Marley's
I had the Bob Marley poster and a Jim Morrison poster. My mom was like,
this kid
they all
weed.
died at a young, like, you have ruined your future. Did your mom ever have one of these moments?
You're so crunchy, Austin.
Craig,
what were you listening to?
So I was so crunchy as like a 16-year-old. It's like
Yellow
comical.
Card.
It was Craig. Craig
was full emo.
Craig's fucking hair was here. And he was like,
blink.
Get out of my room, Dad.
Yeah. Craig has like guy liner on. He's painting his nails.
I was in a tank top.